Hello and welcome back to the Scattered Mind of Me. Hello, juice lovers and not so new foodies, especially if you follow me over on Instagram. Welcome back to the Scattered Mind of Me, where I dive into the world of juicing and making connections one sip at a time. Today, I got a story for you, you guys, a juicy one, and it's all about that 2-week celery juice cleanse that, well, let's just say it didn't work out the way that I planned. I'll just say, if you followed me from the beginning, you knew when I recorded, I was like, it's been a minute since I had celery juice, and I am a juicer, okay? A juicer. And it was gross to me, but I slowly got back on track. I just want to let you guys know that towards the end of the 2 weeks, and then I creeped up into that third week, I was a mess. All right, I'm gonna let you know what I learned, what I expect now, and how to avoid making the exact same mistakes that I have made. Again, if you see me looking down, it's just because I jot my notes down and I want to make sure I keep myself on track, and that way you get the best value out of what I'm bringing from my personal life stories. So I love celery juice. I do. I've used it in the past. I've been juicing. This is now 2025. So I've been juicing for over a decade. So I'm not new to juicing. I'm not new to meal prep and all that others, all the ins and outs at all. So when I came back to celery juice, I knew that it would calm me down, help me with my nervous system, help me relax, all those good things, help me with anything with my digestive process. If you watch my last video on YouTube or read my last blog post, you know that I was having some I don't even really want to say issues. I hate saying like medical issues, but I wanted it to help with my psoriasis. I have a little bit of that, and I also wanted to do a cleanse because of going into the hospital from my chest, which is completely healed. I'm doing completely better, and it just dealt with stress. Literally, that's where all that came from, which is really weird. So anyhow, celery juice is definitely known for all those calming effects that I just named: nervous system, and just overall balance in my, when I talk about energy, I just absolutely love it for that. And I thought 2 weeks of this magic green elixir would do wonders for me, okay? Because I'm familiar with it. It's not a new thing. You can drink that celery juice early in the morning, a little bit later, do your warm lemon water. You can even go in with some pink Himalayan sea salt later and drink that for your electrolyte. Like, literally, I know the game. I've used the game. It does well. It's a great cleanser. And it did for about 10 or so days, right? But by the last day, y'all, I could barely move, okay? And my blood pressure was so low, I thought I might have to call 911, or rather have my husband do it. I got ready to lay down, and I do have a blood pressure machine here. And I originally my blood pressure stays in the lower, segment, like the lower parts of blood pressures. I don't have a high blood pressure, and I'm not quite normal as far as like baseline. So I'm looking at, I was looking at, when I got ready to lay down, I had to check my blood pressure because I felt like all day I was really sluggish, and I felt like I just could not get it together. I was confused. I started to get a little anxious, and then I had no patience when my children was asking me things towards that 10th day. And by the time I made it to the 10th day, because it was that night when I decided to say, I probably need to check my blood pressure if this doesn't clear up, it was worse. So by that night, when I checked my blood pressure, it was very low. Very low. And without even saying a number, because if you're feeling any of those things that I just brought up, either check it, or of course let your loved one know, partner, friends, anybody that stays with you, or because blood pressure is very serious. Remember that you're relying on your heart to keep the circulation of your blood going, and the lower and lower that pressure goes, you can black out, possibly if it's real bad, and oxygen, because remember, when that blood flow is going through, oxygen is what your body's picking up, and you're releasing CO2 out of your lungs. So you don't want to black out or fall into a coma for not having too much oxygen. And I am not a medical doctor. I just know it's common sense, if you don't have what you need to keep sustaining life, So anyway, I'll bypass that. So I was talking to my husband and I'm just like, babe, like, if I cannot stay awake when I get up, if I'm lethargic, or lift my arms, or even get out of the bed, or even wake up like I usually get up, and I have my normal times. I'm an early riser. I get up pretty early, and just call 911, because I became worried, because the night before, and this night in particular, the 10th night. So anyway, I told them, just call 911. This is what you let them know, and they can take me to the hospital. We'll go from there. I was not thinking it was the celery juice, and the reason why is because I had celery juice before, and what I was doing is cleansing in the morning, and then I would just have a fruit plate and then have my proteins and greens at night. So you can look at those different foods that I ate during that time on my Instagram, so you can see those pictures and how I describe them in my descriptions. So it wasn't like I was just juicing and fasting with only celery juice the entire time. I did do that for a period of time with just my celery juice, but not the entire time. So I was not thinking that it was because of the celery juice. And then my husband's like, what if it's the celery juice? Like, it really started to worry him. And so I told him, listen, just if you have to call, get me over to the hospital, and if I die, remember, this is our plan, and that really put him at alert. He brought up the fact that it's probably the celery juice. Let's get your blood pressure checked. Grabbed it, looked again, like it's tanked, right? And so now I'm kind of worried, because it's just not good to go to bed with a low blood pressure. You need to walk around and get yourself together. So anyway, I finished that talk with my husband after we checked my blood pressure and kind of got me together before I even decided to rest. But when your blood pressure's feeling kind of wonky, you are tired, you're just sluggish. So anyhow, here's what I learned. Celery juice is powerful because it relaxes your arteries and it lowers your blood pressure. So I already start with a low, not pretty low, but a decently low blood pressure. Nothing concerning, but enough where it's not, you can tell. So if I lower my blood pressure anymore, I'm low. All right, I'm in 2 digits at the top, 2 digits at the bottom. But when you overdo it, like I did, it can backfire on you. Listen. Same goes for other relaxers. So I was eating grapes. I am a huge fan of watermelon, and I can drink it and eat it all day. And I was consuming those things on top of my celery juice, which you already know, like I said, relaxes your body even more. So I was just laying it on thick, and I wasn't trying to do it on purpose. I was just thinking the more fluid, the more cleansing, because I've done it all through my 20s, all the way up into this time in my life now. So I'm reading my notes. So balance is key. Please, balance is key. And I was sometimes doing 16 all the way up to 32 ounces, which usually you can do about 8, maybe 16 in the morning, and then flush throughout the day. And I was above that. I think my normal, if you want to get a median, is about 24 ounces. And so for somebody that's cleansing that long, balance is key. Know your body. All right. Now my new rule, after going through that in the last quarter of the year for 2024, if I'm cleansing with celery juice, I'm doing it for 3 days tops. I'll cap it at 32 ounces max, and that's if I'm doing 16 ounces in the morning and 8 ounces towards my mid-afternoon, and I'm done with it. I'm gonna make sure that I pack on those proteins, continue to walk, and if I feel funny, leave it alone. And if I'm just juicing, my plan is to, like I said, keep it balanced for you, but also for me, is that if it's I will be mixing it. Okay, so you already know the effects of celery juice, especially the cleaner salts that are actually cleaning out toxins in your body and helping you with digestion. If you are mixing it with any other vegetables or fruits, putting it in fruit juice, like a smoothie, or juicing it like in a green juice, or adding apples to it and adding any other thing you add to it, it takes down those effects. So that's definitely another plan for me. I'm doing no more marathon cleanses for this first quarter at all. I'm just sticking to no dairy, which I'll let you guys know how that's going here in the next 30 days or so. And I'm done with fast food. So last year I picked up on fast food pretty good, and I'm not a fast food girly. I'm just not. I never have been, but I wanted to try different things last year, and I did, and it's just, I'm over it fast. So as far as cleansing, I did do a weekend this past weekend, but it wasn't with juicing. I literally just drank teas and drank my waters and was chilled. That's it. So I'm done with that for the first 3 months of this year for now. Now my new rule is 3 days of straight celery juice max. I just want to repeat that. And after that, I mix it with other fruit juices. And I just want to say what I'll mix it with. For me, I like mine with pineapple juice. Sometimes I add moringa and I'll put it in a smoothie with blueberries and anything green. So I like spinach, I like lacinato kale, things like that. So whatever you like. I will say don't add broccoli. Don't add broccoli. Don't add broccoli. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right. So keep things balanced. Again, I just want to repeat that. And no more thinking because something was like that in the past, it's like this now. Take those test runs, ladies and gents. It will be worth it, I'm sure. So what about you? Have you had any wild experiences with juicing? I'm trying to collect as many experiences from others as I can so I can learn even more. Yes, I've been juicing for, like I said, over a decade now, but I believe that there is way more in having a community and having a shared space in meal prepping, juicing, mental health, comprehensive health, body health, spiritual health, and just diving into that and making sure that as we get even a day older, that we learn from our experiences. So I would love to hear from you, whether it's in the comments or if you are watching this on YouTube, the comments there, not just on Substack. You can write me DMs on Instagram, and if I don't get back to you too quick, it's only because I'm, like I said, in different platforms, but I would love to get your feedback. So don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, subscribe if you have not already, because of course it is for my not so news when it comes to juicing, meal prep, and all that health, because my mind is all over the place, and it definitely is the scattered mind of me. I will tell you, until next time, stay balanced and keep sipping. This is definitely for all my fellow foodies out there and juicers. And this is the scattered mind of me. And I'm signing off with one sip and a smile. And I guess I should have brought my tea over here. Anyway, maybe next time. See ya.